Very disciplined family, including my mother and dad. I was born September 30th, 1920, in Milford, Delaware. My dad came from Slaughter Neck, which is outside Milford, Delaware, and he lived on a farm. And when his father died, they moved to Milford, and my daddy met my mother in Milford. My dad's mother was a descendant of the Blackfoot Indians from Suffolk County, which is the county my dad grew up in. She was a descendant of the Blackfoot Indians from that area, Slaughter Neck, which is on Delaware River. It was amazing. She did not read or write, but she was a great mother and a cook and a housekeeper. And I say amazing because she had 13 children, couldn't read and write, and most of them became doctors, teachers. Well, my mother and dad were both teachers, but they weren't making much money in those days. So Dad became a chef, and really right around the street from us, and the chef at a hospital. And my mother taught school. That meant my grandmother being home, she took care of us. We went to first grade, second grade. We didn't have kindergarten those days. My grandfather was a minister and a teacher. My grandmother was a minister, like you call local ministers. And in those days, the ministers were sent to different places around, I say, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland. And my grandfather was sent down to Maryland, Marydale, Maryland, to minister. He got down there, and my grandmother said she wasn't going to leave Merchantville. So he went down, and my mother went down and took care of him, taught in a school, a one-room school. And she remembers, she says, when she used to see these children come down this dirt road, dust, almost 100 kids for a one-room school, she actually cried to saw him come in. But that was it. And then he moved to Milford, Delaware. And George's grandmother, my mother, came to Milford with him. And that's how my dad met Mother. They were good parents, strict but not destructive. Honesty was the most important thing. Study. Certain times you went to bed. My brother and sister were sent earlier. My status was I was oldest, so I could stay up a little longer and do my studies. And we studied every night when we came home. My mother, she taught in a one-room school for a long while outside town. She used to take the car and sometimes take the train. And we used to like to go out to the country, you know. And we'd go out on a Saturday and Sunday night, and my dad would fix the fire in the school, one-room school. So it'd be, all she had to do was just build it up for the next morning for heat. We played a lot. One bicycle in those days. Now every child has a bike almost. My kids did. We had a good time. We went to Delaware State. Delaware State at that time was a high school and a college. So we went there for 3 years and I finished high school at Delaware State. And then we went to the college part of Delaware State. I'll never forget, we were in a day room, listened to the radio, and the president announced the bomb in Hawaii. We were very much upset, of course. And we didn't go to school the next day. We just stayed and listened to the radio. And then people started volunteering for service. I went in the Army, and when I went in the Army, it was all Negro students. Then after a while, they put us in an outfit and sent us to Arizona, Fort Huachuca, where the 92nd Division was. And we became special service. It was 113 of us. That was a very fine group. We were like brothers. We were, I guess, privileged to a certain extent. We went from Casablanca to Oran, North Africa, and from there to southern Italy. I had to learn how to take orders. I was not good at that. Yes, sir. I didn't like that business, calling you. I had to call you yes, sir. And that salute. I didn't like that either. That sort of down-breaked me, you know. When I got home, boy, to see those lights in our house, all bright, tables set to eat, you know, and it was fantastic. If you're going to have a good school, you got to involve the parents. I was in the New York State Education Department. And being there, I was assigned to check school districts around New York State. And then New York State sent me down to Nassau County, and we established the first child development program in Nassau County. Preschool, early childhood. You had to also push principals, and I mean push them, to get things done. We had to work closely with the parents, mothers and dads, male and female, sisters and brothers, the whole family. That was our mission, and continues my mission. I worked very closely with the Catholic Church down in Rockville Center. A lot of times they didn't know people like me. They would work with them as an educator, as a person. Race was never my thing, you know. When you have a student, you're on driving coming to New York, and you stop at a service station, and a person comes up to you and says, Mr. Shockley, you taught me in the 6th grade in Laurel, Delaware. What you doing now? I'm a principal. That's something. And that happened several times. Study, study, study. It's important. 3 of us from New York and San Jose State had a special program. First you're going to Hawaii, and then you're going to spend the summer around the South Seas. And New Yorkers and teachers, we were all teachers, stayed together. And then Kay and I became friendly. I was supposed to go back to Hawaii after the trip. I called the hotel in Hawaii and told them to cancel. I had something else to do. And I called my secretary in Freeport. I'm staying out here another week, and I give her name of Kay and so forth. And that's how it all happened. And then when I did go home, it was about another week. We had a meeting with the superintendent and school administrators. At that meeting, I was so tense, I got the worst backache I've ever had, because I was thinking about going back to see Kay. We enjoyed people, different cultures, entertainment. We enjoyed all that. Her family and my family are very close. Her daughter, Terrell Jean, and her grandsons, my grandsons. So we were very close as a family. Honesty, work hard, Education is key to our life. Education is key to our family, to our children, our grandchildren, and friends we come in contact with. That's a key, education. You can't expect love if you don't express it yourself. I'm a helper of people. If you're in need, I'll do what I can to help you. Or if your family's in need. So I think that's from upbringing, from our parents, grandparents, ministers, teachers we've had. I've had some very good people, which I like to follow. I don't talk about it, but I think about it. I pray about it.